What is going on, everyone? Hope you're having a nice Elden Ring. I know I sure am. And today I got another episode in my Smithing Stones early guide, or how to get the bell bearing to get Smithing Stones early. I finally figured out a pretty reliable strategy for getting the Somber Stone Miners Bell Bearing 1, which will get you access to Somber Smithing Stones 1 and 2 early into the game. That's what we're going to be going over in this video. We got a lot of things to cover, so I'll try to be as detailed and succinct as I possibly can. Right from the get-go, right from the start, coming out of the first part, or the initial part of the game, you're going to want to come over to the Church of Ella, and you want to pick up this Smithing Stone 1. There's going to be a good bit of prep involved for this guide before we actually get into the dungeon that we have to get into and kill the boss that we need to kill, because the boss is the Fallingstar Beast, and he's actually not that easy of a boss, especially early on. He's pretty tanky. He's got a lot of health. He does a lot of damage. But we're going to be abusing the absolute shit out of Flame of the Redmanes and critical attacks or visceral attacks to do it easily and consistently. So I'll show you how to do all that. I started as the Astrologist, which I think is the worst class to start with for this because of the low strength and the low health. But I picked that specifically to show that it's literally doable on every class. Certain classes are a little better suited for this, what we're going to do. But either way, coming from Gatefront after you get Torrent, you're going to want to just ride into the ruins here, and you want to come down that little staircase there, and we're going to be getting the Whetstone Knife, or the Whetstone Blade, whatever it's called. This is going to let us put Ashes of War on our weapon. We're going to need that later, obviously, for Flame of the Redmane. We're going to be coming up through Stormgate here. Also want to point out real quick that alongside my starting class being Astrologist, I also picked Golden Seed as my starting gift. I'm pretty sure everyone picks that, though. Grab that Golden Seed right there, and then go east immediately. Grab that Smithing Stone 1. There's 3 of them there. You're going to want to grab that, and you just want to keep heading east from there. And there's going to be like a field of trolls, giants, whatever you want to call them out here. Aggro this guy right there, and you're just going to want to stand right behind this glowing statue. Inside the statue, there are 5 Smithing Stone 1s and a singular Smithing Stone 2, which will be using these to get our weapon up to +4. We're going to be getting the Mace, which you can buy from the Roundtable Hold very easily. It's a nice, reliable weapon that you can put an Ash of War on, and it also does strike damage, and I'm pretty sure the Fallingstar Beast is weak to strike damage, or takes a little bit more damage from it. So a little quick stop at the War Master's Shack. I think we just upgraded our flask there a little bit. You're going to want to come into this camp here. This is not necessary, but if you want, you can open this chest and grab the Beast Crest Heater Shield, which is a pretty nice shield. It's got good defenses. It'll help you through some of the areas that we're going to be going through if you're particularly afraid of getting one-shot or taking a lot of damage. Right on the left of the bridge here, another Smithing Stone 1, or 2 Smithing Stone 1s, my apologies. We should be at 11 of them. We only need 1 more, which is going to be in the Summon Water Village coming up here, and that will get our weapon up to +3, and then we're going to grab 1 more Smithing Stone 2. That'll get our weapon up to +4. Now, some astute individuals might be wondering why I'm not taking the chest. There's a Smithing Stone 1, by the way. Why I'm not taking the chest to Celia Crystal Tunnel, which is where you go to get the first Somber Stone Miner's Bell Bearing, and it's because the route that I'm taking here actually is going to allow us to get all the stuff we need along the way towards Celia and towards Caelid and Celia Crystal Tunnel. We're going to be able to pick up everything along the way, and it just works out. It works out quickly rather than going around for everything and then getting on the chest and whatnot. Quickly grab that Smithing Stone 2. Try not to die to probably the hardest enemy in the entire game, the Rune Bear. He absolutely decked the fuck out of me there. I'm surprised I didn't die. But you're going to want to just come over to the Third Church of Marika, grab that Sacred Tear there, grab the Flask of Wondrous Physique, and the Crimson Crystal Tear. This is just more resources for us to make this whole boss fight a little bit safer. To be honest, with how this strat goes, it's so easy, honestly. Like I even potato super hard during the boss fight, and I absolutely suck ass at it. But you'll see later. But it's honestly a super easy strat, super reliable. You should be able to pull it off, even with pretty minimal resources. There, I allocated my flasks to 3 Crimson and 3 Cerulean. You actually want more blue flasks than you'd want red flasks, because we are going to be utilizing the Ash of War a lot. And while it is a pretty low cost Ash of War, if your starting class has a pretty low mind stat to start, it can be a little annoying, but that's why you'll want to make sure you have quite a few blue flasks on hand so you can spam the Ash of War at it. We're in Caelid finally. We're at the Rotview balcony. You just want to get back on the horse, and you're going to come south-ish here over these rocks, and we're going to go to Fort Gale. And at Fort Gale, or before we get to Fort Gale, make a quick stop here. We're going to grab these golden runes. We're going to be picking up a couple of consumable golden runes along the way. That's going to fund our journey here. We're going to be able to upgrade our weapon and get a couple of level ups off of them. Grab that Site of Grace right there. And you're going to want to come over here, and there's going to be an invisible scarab that you want to kill. I was super lucky here and just got it, like, immediately. I'm so bad at those invisible scarabs, usually. So I got it there immediately. Just going to pop the usable golden runes here real quick. Should get you just over, like, 2,000 runes. Once you rest here, Melina is going to tell you to come to the Roundtable Hold. I'm pretty sure if you rest at a Site of Grace anywhere outside of Limgrave, Melina will, it'll trigger the event to get sent to the Roundtable Hold. And you're going to want to come to the Roundtable Hold, obviously. Come to the back here with the Twin Maiden Merchant Husks. Buy the mace, just the mace. It's only 800 runes. Our class can't use it unless we two-hand it. It's the case for a couple of classes. We're going to be getting a ring in a short bit that'll let us one-hand it and also increase a bunch of other stats. Real quick, just going to upgrade it to +3. I don't have the runes to get it to +4, but we'll be back to upgrade it to +4 in a short bit. Coming back to the Site of Grace we just left, which is like the Fort Gale Site of Grace or whatever, you're just want to get on your horse, travel right through these adorable Caelid dogs. Truly the best dogs in the game, really. To be honest, they're better than the normal dogs because they're a lot less annoying to fight, in my opinion. But obviously that's a matter of opinion, and I also think they're kind of adorable. I don't know why. But you're just going to come up here, follow the smoldering wall there, and coming up in a second is going to be another one of these like grave sites. So we're just going to grab all the golden runes. There's some pretty good ones over here. Get like a golden rune 6, a 1, and a 2, which is going to get us a good amount of runes. You're going to want to jump that gap there. And if you watched my video on how the best way to start a new character, where you kill Grail right from the beginning of the game, you're going to kind of recognize the route I'm taking. We're going into Grail's Dragon Barrow. But we're not actually going to kill Grail. You can totally kill Grail if you want to. It's an easy, like, I forget what it is, like 100,000 runes or something. It's super easy amount of runes to, it's a nice amount of runes to start a new character with. So you can totally do that if you want to. I'll put the link into the other video I'm talking about if you want to follow the strategy for that. But either way, we're not going to be killing Grail. We're just going to pass right by her. She'll shout at us a little bit, but you're going to want to touch that Site of Grace, and we're going to be coming into Fort Faroth here, which is an absolute nightmare. So make sure you grab that Site of Grace because the enemies in here suck a literal fat one. All these harpies and whatnot can just give you... I got some pretty bad RNG here, actually. I almost got poisoned, as you can see. So sometimes you can get some bad RNG and just get like one shot or get poisoned or something, and it's a real pain in the ass. Coming out on the rooftop, you just want to drop down that gap, and you want to grab that golden rune 12, but make sure you are careful of the rat that's there, because literally everything in this fort will basically one-shot you at this level, so be careful about that. Grab Radigan's Source Seal. Super good ring for early game. I don't know how I made it out of here alive. It doesn't matter if you die here. If you die here, it's totally fine, so long as you don't have like a absolute shitload of runes on you. But I didn't, so I didn't care. But I somehow made it out alive, which was kind of nice. But gonna be coming back to the Roundtable Hold to just pop all of the runes that you have. This should get you a fuck ton of runes, especially from that golden rune 6 and the golden rune 12. We're just a little bit over 10k, which is quite nice for the early game. We're gonna upgrade our mace one more time. We're gonna throw on Radigan's Source Seal, which is gonna give us a +5 to Vigor, Endurance, Strength, and Dexterity, which is super duper nice if you're a low level character, just for the downside of taking a little bit more damage, but it all evens out in the wash because of the increased health. Make sure you throw Flame of the Redmanes on your mace there to make it a fire mace. Do the fire enchantment, don't do the standard enchantment. And additionally, we did pump all of the leftover runes into our health there. I know everything went by there pretty quickly, but I hope you all understood what I'm what I was talking about there. Now, right here, there is a sacred tier normally. You're going to want to grab that sacred tier. I died on my initial run to the dungeon that we're going to go to, or the cave that we're going to go to, so I kind of jump cut there, as you saw. But you're going to want to take the route that I'm taking, and I promise there is a sacred tier there that we're going to use to upgrade our flasks to +2 for a little more restoration from them. Just going to travel through Celia here. Pretty easy stuff, just follow the path I'm taking. Not hard to navigate Caelid, I don't think. Right past the invisible scarab, and right up into the mine here. And we're going to slow things down a little bit once we get into the mine, just so it can help navigate things a little better. I switched to the other shield, just for the extra protection. We're going to rest here, and we're going to upgrade our flask one more time. And we're going to try to make our way through Celia Crystal Tunnel, which can be pretty nasty. The Kindred of Rot enemies are a huge pain in the ass if they give you bad RNG and they're just like launching all those needles at you. Those things are super lethal. But with Radigan's Source Seal, you're actually a little bit tankier, especially with all those levels we put into Vigor, which you definitely should. From the leftover runes that we had, it'll help out a lot. But just take the route that I'm taking, as always. Keep that shield up. It helps a lot, trust me. Any type of damage reduction is super useful. Up the ladder here, as you can see, that's the only part where I really got unlucky. Otherwise, I had a pretty lucky run up to the boss here. On your left here, there's going to be a Kindred of Rot that tries to ambush you. Just keep an eye out for him. He'll do the same attack every time, that sweeping, like, low sweep sort of thing. Alright, so for the boss fight, right into the door, it's going to be the Fallingstar Beast, and basically our strategy here is going to be spamming Flame of Red Mains. Check it out. Boom, one Flame of the Red Mains. Second Flame of the Red Mains, stagger. You're going to want to do a fully charged R2 and slap him right in the Fallingstar Bussy. Give him a good old visceral attack. And that's basically the strategy. You're going to back up here a little bit and just keep at it. Throw those Flame of the Red Mains out. The Fallingstar Beast basically staggers with every 2 Flame of the Red Mains, sometimes 3. Sometimes it would be 3. But as you can see here, I actually fucking suck a fat one in this fight. I missed like a lot of my weapon arts. Definitely could have gone a lot better. In my practice run for routing this, it did actually go a lot better. But I did get this one in one try, which I didn't get in my practice run. But otherwise, strat is pretty simple, super easy. As you can see, Flame of the Red Mains is just absolutely ridiculous. Like, it does 40 poise damage. 40 poise damage! If there's a boss in the game that can be staggered, whip this weapon art out on it, and you will fucking destroy that thing. Also, the Fallingstar Beast is weak to all forms of magic damage, from what I understand. So fire, lightning, holy, literally any kind of magic damage it is weak to. So having the fire mace and the fire damage from Flame of the Red Mains helps out a lot. As you can see, even on our low level, we're doing a pretty decent amount of damage to this boss, who is pretty tanky, all things considered. He's a whole beefy-ass boy. But otherwise, just don't get too impatient, you know. He still does a lot of damage, and he'll whip out some pretty nasty attacks, like that one right there. Pretty nasty stuff. And I think this is it right here. One more R2. Big ol' slap. And that's going to be it for the Fallingstar Beast. And once you kill it, you're going to get access to a Somber Smithing Stone, 5 Smithing Stone 7, some 10 Gravity Stone chunks, and the Somber Stone Miner's Bell Bearing, which is, of course, what we're here for. With that in mind, we're going to go right back to the Roundtable Hold, cash in our Somber Stone Miner's Bell Bearing, and yeah, that's going to be it, pretty much. I know that went really fast. It took about 30 minutes, so not too long, and you get a lot of good loot out of it. Obviously, give the Twin Maiden Husks your Bell Bearing, and you're going to get access to buying Glintstone Scraps if you're a dirty Carrion Retaliation exploiter. And you're going to be able to buy Somber Smithing Stones 1 and 2. Hope this helped you out, guys. We're getting close to 100 subs. I can't thank you enough. That's super awesome. Really, it means a lot to see all that support. But if you like the video, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.